Recorded Books presents an unabridged recording of The Mutiny on Board the H.M.S. Bounty by William Bligh, narrated by Norman Dietz. This recording is copyrighted 1987 by Recorded Books, Incorporated. In April of 1789, the crew of the H.M.S. Bounty mutinied against their captain William Bligh, intending to return to the island paradise of Tahiti rather than return to the West Indies with the shipment of breadfruit plants that their captain had been commissioned to procure. It's a well-known story, but for the captain and the members of the crew that remained loyal, the drama did not end there. Cast adrift in an open boat, the much-maligned Captain Bligh managed to navigate an amazing 3,600-mile voyage, keeping his crew alive on little to no food, and after crossing much of the South Pacific in 2 months, bring them to safety on the Dutch island colony of Timor, north of Australia. After returning to England, Bligh was able to bring many of the mutineers to ultimate justice. This is Bligh's own account of that voyage, written soon after his return, and beginning in October 1787 with the Bounty's departure from England. And now, the mutiny on board the H.M.S. Bounty.
At the time I published the narrative of the mutiny on board the Bounty, it was my intention that the preceding part of the voyage should be contained in a separate account. This method I have since been induced to alter. The reason of the narrative appearing first was for the purpose of communicating early information concerning an event which had attracted the public notice, and being drawn up in a hasty manner, it required many corrections. Some circumstances, likewise, were omitted, and the notation of time used in the narrative, being according to sea reckoning, in which the days begin and end at noon, must have produced a degree of obscurity and confusion to readers accustomed only to the civil mode. And this would have increased as the remainder of the voyage, on account of the numerous shore occurrences at Otaheite and elsewhere, could not with clearness and propriety have been related in any other than the usual manner of reckoning. Besides remedying these inconveniences, I have thought a fuller account of our passage from Timor to Europe than that contained in the narrative would not be unacceptable. These reasons, with the manifest convenience of comprising the whole voyage in one continued narrative, in preference to letting it appear in disjointed accounts, will, it is hoped, be allowed a sufficient excuse for having varied from the original intention. Nevertheless, for the accommodation of the purchasers of the narrative already published, those who desire it will be
Sample complete. Ready to continue?